Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Wow, everyone. OMG, welcome. It's so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. I have to tell you, I have been so waiting to do this show with my co-host today, Leslie Fonteyne, Sheer Alchemy. Yeah, that's what this is about. Today's show is about abundance and choices, harvesting our power with Leslie and me. I'm Dr. Pat. Now, for Leslie, many of you do know who she is, and you're going to hear about who she is more today because she's got a powerful thing to say here on the show. But, you know, one of the things you want to know about Leslie is that she works with people all over the world, you know, helps us to just leave these beliefs behind that are just holding us back, even when we don't even know we have them. That's what I love about Leslie. She's going to clear the blocks. It's going to get things moving. It's going to call in the ascended masters and the archangels. And before you know it, what do we have? We have sheer alchemy. But today, think about this. Abundance and choices, right? Wow. Leslie, great topic. You know, this is one of those tough ones, isn't it?
Well, it is just because it's like going to a foreign country when we get our awareness, you know. Sometimes we're looking for things to happen in the model and in the framework of what we know and understand. And when this big thing happens, this stuff that's coming to us because something within us inherently wanted it, it comes in a package that sometimes we don't recognize. So today we want to help people recognize these things that are showing up for them.
Well, and you know, let's talk about what the theme is. It's like in the moment, we get to choose to be abundance. We get to choose to be about it, experience it, feel it, and then something different happens to us. But what happens to us next is indescribable. But I think that's something you're going to talk about today, right?
Oh,
What
yeah.
is this thing, abundance? What is this thing, this abundance?
This abundance thing is the amazingness of who we are. You know, when we have a desire or something that comes to us to step into, or we come into life with passions and things that really click with us. You know, some of us may be very artistic. Some may be just brilliant financially. Some of us may have things that we want to build and create in the world. But that's who we are. That's what we brought in. And so things show up in our lives, or awarenesses come to us about how to make those things happen. And then what happens in that very next moment is critical. And that's sometimes where we start hearing people tell their stories and start telling about how nothing really happens for them. And they, you know, can't see how that's going to be practical and where they're going to get the money for that and how's it going to show up. And we start explaining all the reasons why this stuff doesn't work. We hear it all the time, but this isn't a judgment show. What we're talking about is how to recognize what came to us and why it looks like what it looks like, and then how to step through it in the next step.
Yeah. And, you know, I like that you said this is not a judgment show, because one of the things we do is we are really hard on ourselves, especially around abundance, really hard on ourselves. Right?
Oh, we are. Oh, yeah. And we, you know, want to explain about how, you know, things didn't work out with our job, with our boss, with our family. You don't understand my bills. You don't understand my responsibilities. You don't understand all these things that are taking away from me. And therefore, this is the reason I can't step into this next thing. Or it's a very familiar block and we've not been able to shake it. We've not been able to get past it. So we, you know, white knuckle it, we push, we or just give up and go hide our heads, you know, under a pillow somewhere. We just feel like we're stuck with this thing. But what I want people to understand today is that when we get these messages of abundance, when we get these clicks within us, and we all know what that amazing feeling feels like. It's just like almost a whole body experience. We get so excited, so enthusiastic. That is on purpose, and it's always for healing. It's always to step into the next part of ourselves. So that's what we want to choose today, is the next us.
Yeah. And you mentioned something earlier, and I want to get back to it. It is this idea of a portal or a gateway. I love this. I love this.
Yes.
This is so cool, right? So what you were saying is abundance thinking is like a portal or a gateway.
It is. It is. It's like we get an insight. And the problem we have sometimes is that in our 3D world, we're thinking with our emotions. Yeah, we do think with our emotions, and also with our minds. Okay. So anything outside of that seems far out, right? We've been told to be reasonable, practical. Are you kidding? Are you crazy? Are you, blue skying out there? Well, when you get insight and awareness on something that's very inspirational, it often is coming in a different package. It is like going through a portal, almost like going to another country. It's coming from another language. It's coming from a higher mind. If we only use 10% of our mind, if that much, then imagine what the under 90% is like. I mean, it's an amazing download, right? So this portal takes us into this place, and the next thing we want to do is figure it all out and then explain why it can't happen if we get a little scared. And that's what we do with fear, right? We start explaining it.
Yeah. And what is this that I'm in that I can't even see the portal for myself? So here I am, Leslie, and you're like, Pat, you're in the portal. It's happening. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm so glad you said it that way. I had this experience yesterday, and I realized I was getting ahead in some thoughts. And what happens when we get ahead is we get anxious and we get a little fearful, and we're trying to figure out how something's going to turn out, right? We're trying to figure out what we within ourselves and our own energy can do to make something happen. And all of a sudden I had this huge awareness about bring it all into this moment right now. Bring all your energy right now into the present. And it was an amazing switch, and I'd really throw that out to any listeners today that are having some anxiety about something, and see about bringing all their energy right now into this current moment. And what happens is it suddenly, you don't have all those fearful thoughts. You don't have the how's it going to happen? How am I going to make it happen? You don't have any of the judgments. It's just, you're just suddenly aware that you're so here, and the next step is going to unfold, and then that's going to be the present moment.
Leslie, I'm going to talk with you a minute about the importance of this and the importance of understanding this. I think sometimes that maybe this is just me, maybe folks tuning in don't really have this experience. Things start to feel a little bit heavy. And sometimes what starts to happen is things don't start to show up the way that I thought they were going to show up. And, if we have one of these in a blue moon, it's kind of like, oh, ho-hum, right? But then let's say we have one of them, then we have another one, then we have another one. Now we're on the bowels of depression, right? And yet we hear all the tapes that we play say, oh, just do an affirmation and you're going to be better.
Yeah.
But you help people clear a lot of sludge out.
Right. And so let's just take what you just said, which is in this moment of awareness, like this moment, I'm aware that I have had this pattern and this block and this feeling of stuckness and then going into a spiral for a long time. And it always hits when I get certain kinds of thoughts or inspirations, or certain circumstances happen, or I'm around someone's certain energy, or I'm in a situation of confrontation, or something that puts me, into a place of feeling that I'm less than and I don't have the self-esteem I wish I had. So this moment right now is this chance to open our heart space right now, right? And it's not about just thinking our way through and toughing our way through. It's now, I'm going to open my heart space. I'm going to go, am I willing to release any of the attachments that are keeping me in this place? Am I willing to let go of this right now? So sometimes that's the fear, because the fear comes from some interesting places for each of us. And we can talk about that later, whether it's family, work, culture, economy, all these buttons. Some of us have like crazy, crazy fear about certain things. And that's often, associated with patterns in our family and with our ancestral line.
Yeah. And today's show is about getting some help around this. So if you have a sense, everyone out there, if you have a sense about, wait a minute, I'm one of those people you just described. Or maybe you're not there. Maybe you're one of the folks that has a great, great life. You look at your life and you think, man, this is great. How is it getting better than this? But yet you have this little twinkle in your eye about this something else that you might desire in life. And the next thing you know, you're thinking, well, wait a minute. I shouldn't really want that. And, that's another form, isn't it, Leslie? That's another form where we second guess ourselves about what we should or shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and we can hear and rehearse certain lines that come up for us, where, someone let us know we weren't that special. Someone let us know we weren't that smart. Someone, let us know that, we were too wild and too out there. And so what have we done? We've shut it all down. And so much of the awakening happening, which this portal word is important to a lot of people in the awakening, is that they're coming back to themselves. They're coming back to what they knew as children and saw as children until they went to school and had to shut it all down. So if we are having this moment, all I want to say before we go to break, this moment is a moment of healing. So if you're feeling the depression or you're feeling the fear or you're feeling the anxiety, just know that it's coming up because it's saying within you, I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to shift.
Wow. Let's take a short break, everyone. And by the way, let me give out your toll-free number for the show. A couple ways that you can call in and ask your questions or let us know what's on your mind. First of all, easy to do, really easy to do. 1-800-930-2819. Really easy. 1-800-930-2819. The other way to do it is go to transformationtalkradio.com. And if you scroll all the way down, I think Jessica adjusted this for us. If you scroll all the way down, you can ask your question. If you don't see the question box there, click on the player on the right and it takes you to a whole new page. We'll be right back, everyone.
No matter what we party tonight, I'm gonna live my life. I know that we gonna be alright. Yo, hell yeah.
Almost everyone at some time in their lives ask themselves, what am I? Most of our questions are ego-generated and simply don't address the problem of our false self. It's time to relax your ego and embody your soul. Dr. Dan Cohen, neurologist, inventor, and author, has created tools to awaken, a new way to transform from who you thought you were into what you truly are. Visit toolstoawaken.com today.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Awaken to your radiant, authentic self. For over 15 years, Soul Purpose Advocate Nancy Monson has been focused on leading change in the lives of those looking to live their true purpose. She is devoted to supporting people in living a soul-directed life every day. Let Nancy help you overcome fear, worry, and doubt. Visit everydayspirituality.com to learn how Nancy can be your Soul Purpose Advocate.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425 888-451-0404.
Artie Hoffman is the hottest psychic with the warmest heart and the host of the hit show Angels and Answers. A renowned psychic, medium, spiritual life coach, and an entertaining motivational speaker, Artie has helped over 15,000 people with his amazing intuitive gifts, his passion, and his humor. Call 877-ANGEL-02 to schedule a personal reading or to have your own psychic Artie party. That's 877-ANGEL-02. And visit artiehoffman.com and Angels and Answers on Facebook.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com.
Yeah, I just love that. I love that. I love that rag doll. That's what she's singing, Benny, right?
I don't
Wasn't that
know
Tina, or was
officially.
it a version of Tina Turner?
Well, it's the start of The River Runs Deep, so I think it
That's right.
builds
That's
up later,
what it
but I
was.
kind of started a little earlier.
Oh, my God. You brought me back to the day. We were just talking about this, Leslie, right? We're talking about, like, what does inspiration feel like? I'll tell you, watching a Tina Turner concert, Jet would be doing it for me. Leslie Fonteyne joining me here today. Want to get inspired? Check it out. You're going to be able to see Leslie, be in front of her, do some work with her. We got a lot of events for that. Oh, my gosh. All the Colorado friends, you're going to love this. But we have a couple of things going on here in Washington State. So you have the Seattle Metaphysical Expo, right? July 23rd,
Yes.
right? That's exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Tell us
that's going
about
to be
that.
great. It's just a great little show, and it's also awesome to meet a lot of the folks that I talk to on the radio.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
So we're going to do some healing and shifting, whatever's showing up. At this point, a lot of people are going through a lot of shifts right now. A lot of people are doing a lot of awakening because a lot of other people have been holding space for quite a while. So this is a very powerful time for a lot of people. They don't quite know what's happening. And some people, unfortunately, are trying to shut it down in themselves because it feels a little out of control. It feels too much. And that honestly is a part of the depression some people are feeling. You brought that up earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. But because we cannot make sense of it, and here's the thing. We're going to go to the phones too, Leslie. We've got a fabulous, fabulous listener calling in today. But one of the things that happens is when our life is really, really good and we have that moment where, we have this thing that we just absolutely would desire, it would be great, and we don't get it. And then we beat ourselves up because our life is great. And we should be grateful, and we shouldn't really desire anything. We should just be kind of sitting back, right?
Well, I'm going to have to change a lot of that. Sorry. First, I'm going to throw out all the shoulds. Second, I'm going to throw out the, be grateful just for what is, because what's happening is this isn't about performance. We are not talking about our performance. We're talking about an awareness that comes to us about something to do. And 9 times out of 10, this is true. It shows up when you are not feeling the best, when you're not feeling the strongest, when you feel like, oh gosh, how am I going to make this happen? And it's not about just you making it happen. This is about an energy shift. And that's why it's unfamiliar, because we have all the rules from growing up about hard work, do this, do that. This is the way things happen. This is the way money comes to you. We got all these rules. And if we're shifting and we're going to a higher way of manifesting, then, we're starting to heal that small us, that small inner child that says, how am I going to do this? I'm not powerful. I don't have the money. I don't have. And we're changing the story, and then we're allowing and receiving the unlimited.
This is something that I think a lot of us really live with on a day-to-day basis. The idea with struggling with our minds and what our minds want to tell us about life, Leslie, and not really sensing what our heart wants to show us.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And so when this information comes in, it feels foreign because we have been taught who we are and what we're capable of. So when this thing comes in and it sounds so grand and big and it says, you need to go do this or create this and let's make this happen, and you get so excited, the next message coming in is, who do you think you are? Oh, you think you can do that? You think you're that good? Where are you going to get the money for that? And what we don't understand is the initiation of the action is stepping into the energy of it. And then we start to draw it in. And if the depression's there, we've learned the depression by shutting ourselves down. A lot of us know that. We get an inspiration and then we start seeing what we can't do and we shut down. That creates a lot of our depression. So if we were to choose differently in that moment and say, I'm going to stay as open as I possibly can to things I don't even comprehend with my mind, what could happen?
I love this. We have a caller. Why don't we go to the phones? Mr. Benny.
We'll take Alexa calling in from Seattle.
Hi, Alexa.
Hi, Pat. Yeah, well, this is a very interesting call and topic. I have sort of I guess maybe a double question, but I'm an in-home nurse, so I work with people on a lot of different levels, and I'm finding that one of the things that I struggle with most is helping someone who has depression to get out of it in a way. I don't know any simpler way of saying it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And to start focusing in other ways. Yes, thank you. And what my job is to really almost like coach them, because many of them are older people and they have certain ailments going on, and it's sort of getting them out of a state where they need to, gain some faith in themselves that they can overcome what's happened and, recover and that kind of thing. And I'm also dealing with this with my own life partner who's been trying to help his daughter, and he's getting really, really consumed in her depression. So we're kind of both, I'm sort of asking as a general thing, because on one hand, I mean, for me, I'm a little more trained so I can do it, but the main thing that keeps happening is that it is quite debilitating for someone in a position of working with somebody else. And at what point, I'm sort of wondering where the door is, because, I listen and I do, I'm not assertive at all. I'm really just trying to encourage and give someone, the esteem that they need. But I do find that sometimes either that person just really does shut things down, or there is a resistance, and then they get really angry with me or something. I mean, I don't take it personally, but it's like, how do you know you don't know how I feel? Please get out of my space. And so, I mean, that has unfortunately happened once or twice, but, kind of out of the blue, like, how could that possibly be? I'm being as gentle as I possibly can, and somebody's just really irked by it. So I just thought you might be able to comment on it in general. And then I really would like to get more information on your program, because I think it may be something that I might like to look into.
Leslie rocks.
Okay. Well, Alexa, you brought up some amazing stuff. First of all, a lot of this is about you, and it's about, I think you've gone through some major shifts recently, and you also are a healer, and you know that. And one thing that happens in some of these shifts that we go through, and what I mean is that your vibration's increasing. So sometimes when we go through a shift, it's like all of a sudden we can attract not necessarily hostility, but a lot of resistance, and you are almost like shining a light on a very painful place on someone, if that makes sense, okay? So the first thing is to get, super angry about it. Another part of us is like, what part is feeling helpless in the situation, right? So these clients are showing up and they haven't made the decision to shift. You're the healer, you're showing up, and we didn't talk about whether you have chosen these clients or how they're coming to you, but in the fact that what your husband is doing is also mirroring some of this, it's really interesting, right? So you have to take a look at what choice they're wanting to make, all right? Here you are holding the light vibration, and you're bringing in this opportunity. You're shining a light on a very painful place. It's almost like, those people that have lived way down in a cave with no light, and you shine this, and it's very upsetting to them. So you're giving them an opportunity. The next thing that I just want to share with you, and I'm just sharing what's coming up for you, is that you're looking at it in terms of whether you're able to help them or not help them, failure, succeeding, etc. This is not about your performance. This is not about you healing the world or changing other people. This is you showing up with this light vibration and allowing them the chance to choose healing themselves. It may take a while. I think we've all worked with people where, the first time we get rebuffed, we say, oh my God, didn't they like me? And it's not about whether they like you or not. It's almost like a test sometimes. So just really allow your light to shine. But there's some fixing going on the part of your husband. And so what is he trying to meet within his own needs about that? And like you said, it's starting to affect you. So I'd really like to kind of clear out, if I was to work with you, clear out some of the energies in your field right now that are kind of camping out. They are taking up space in your field. You give so much, and I think no one's really told you that. You may be really good clinically, you may be really good intellectually and very strong in your methodology, but I don't think anyone has affirmed to you how powerful you are in your energy field. So a lot of this is what's happening, and we can't change others, but we show up, and as a result, they are changed. So allow yourself to use that tactile touch that you use. I don't know if you're using it with some, but I'm seeing one of your clients right now, and just understand how powerful the energy is coming through your hands. What you were doing just with your presence, with your voice. Your voice has a vibration. I can hear it even as you were asking your question. So I would love to talk to you again, and we can do a consult, which I do all the time with people to see if they want to work together with me. But really honor this amazing shift you've gone through. You are part of the new wave. You are part of what's been happening in the last 6 to 7 months with people. So please don't beat yourself up on some of this.
Yeah, well, thank you. I really appreciate that feedback. It really is very insightful. I can, it is frustrating in some way, and I don't ask for the acknowledgement, but maybe that is a feeling that I'm feeling like it would be nice to have sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I don't really, people don't really, it's not the position. So that would be really good. And I'll give that some good meditative thought and see where that goes.
Do understand that you're operating at multiple levels, right? And so the level of 3D is about performance, achievement, results, money, no money, clients, no clients, feedback, all that stuff. At the higher levels, there is a whole nother vibration coming through. But just remember, because you just went through this shift, there's a reaction. And you're drawing these people because they've asked for you, okay? Even though they look like they're rebuffing you, they've asked for you. You're here on purpose, Alexa.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And it sounds like maybe there's a need to maybe shift in a different mode, because it is, like you say, that 3D mode is a reality, but it's also very difficult to stay there too. I mean, it is, like I said, it was pretty tiring.
Yeah, and we can talk about protecting your field, getting the energy of other people out of your field that are camping out there, because you're doing work for them when they do that. When they come hang out, you're doing their work for them. And so a lot of this time right now is to let people kind of struggle a bit and let them get through it. But we need to clear out your field, learn how to wear some protection. And then there's a point at which you go, you know what, I'm done with this lesson. I don't need to draw this in anymore.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Don't you like that? Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah, if it could just stop for a while, like just let me work with the ones I have right now and then just go.
But here's the thing, you're a servant, okay? You are a light servant. You are serving constantly, and it is okay for you to step away. So it's a choice, right? So some of us, I know I have this big time, Alexa, and I know we're going over time into break, but I have this big time where I think I'm supposed to serve all the time, because that's my energy. That's who I came in to be. All the time. And we have to learn that that's not responsible, and we have to pull back sometimes and go, okay, now I need to recover and see what's coming up now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good, right. Just not ask, just do whatever, self-care.
Yeah. Alexa, I got to just say something. You have a very loving energy.
Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, I don't know what just happened. I just got mesmerized when, Leslie, you were speaking with Alexa here. I just got mesmerized by that energy, and I just don't know what that energy, must feel like for you. It's beautiful.
It's amazing. It is hugely beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. They
Alexa,
just
make
really
sh-
want you to
Oh,
know how much you are honored for what you're carrying. Do not minimize what it takes out of you to carry what you're carrying, okay?
awesome. Alexa, please make sure you have the information. We're going to go to a quick break, everybody. We'll be right back. And you too can call and connect. I mean, I feel shifted by that. Maybe you're going to have to explain that to me. 1-800-930-2819. Leslie Fonteyne is in the house. Sheer Alchemy. Well, lesliefontaine.com or Google Sheer Alchemy. Boom. There you go. We'll be right back.
I know that I'm running out of time. I want it all.
Are you and your family looking for one manageable lifestyle change that will positively impact your health? Look no further. That change begins inside your drinking glass. Learn how to put a lid on junk drinking by sipping from a recipe collection of colorful, fresh, tasty, wholesome fruit and vegetable blends. Get your copy now of Sip the Garden. Fun, easy drinks for a healthier family by T. Carey Mitchell. Visit lifestyle120.com for information on how to order.
Transformation Talk Radio is dedicated to the education and awareness of Lyme disease.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Lyme Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Pat, joined here by
Dr. Nusheen Darvish.
Dr. Pat Basili and Dr. Nusheen Darvish will be bringing the most innovative, groundbreaking information, research, treatment innovations, and stories from those it affects every day.
I'm so excited to be talking about this.
We have so much to share.
Dr. Darvish and I are planning to do is connect the dots.
People suffering with all sorts of chronic diseases, it's time. It is time for them to transform.
Tune into Lyme Talk Radio and help keep our mission strong.
For the loyal listeners out there that have been listening to this incredible show on Lyme disease, we are not going to let you down. We're going to come through stronger and enrich the platform for Lyme disease awareness through Lyme Talk Radio. The message will continue, the conversations will become stronger, and the healing epic. Hey everyone, this is Dr. Pat. I am so thrilled. I've had the honor of working with Leslie Fonteyne for the past year or so. And what she has created in her hit program, Sheer Alchemy, transcends what most of us get to listen to or hear in any point in time in our lives. But beyond that, Leslie is working with people all over the world, and she has created something phenomenal based on the feedback and input from the archangels, from the ascended masters, from the light beings, and most importantly, from each and every one of you. So if you want to change your life, if you're ready to step into your own version of Sheer Alchemy, please give Leslie a call at 678-665-3366. And why? Because this is what you're going to be prepared to do. Be amazed, and on your part, connect with the ascended masters that are there to help you custom make the life that you are meant to live.
Get ready to rid yourself of all that is weighing you down and holding you back from living the life you want for yourself. Coming Clean, The Art of Transparency with Catherine Moss is a hit show for women in recovery who are ready to live life on purpose. Tune in and let Catherine help you live your truth one day at a time. Live each Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
TheAngelLady.net. 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 1-800-323-1790. 1-800-323-1790. Sue Storm. TheAngelLady.net.
Surrounded by clowns and liars. Even when I give it all away, I want it all.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I love this. I love being on air with Leslie. Leslie Fonteyne, for those of you just tuning in. And, you know, when Leslie's not on with me, she's on hosting her show. And that show is Sheer Alchemy. And Leslie can be found in a couple different ways. You know, you can go ahead and Google Sheer Alchemy if you want, or you can go right to our website, lesliefontaine.com, and I'm going to spell it, LESLIE and it's Fonteyne, F as in Frank, ONTEYNE.com. And you're going to be able to find out a lot about her. Or you can go to Transformation Talk Radio. We've got a profile page for her up there. A lot of really exciting things coming. If you go to her website, she's got CDs, MP3s, and she's going to be around. So you're sitting there thinking, where's Leslie? Well, July 23rd, Seattle Metaphysical Expo, August 13th, 14th. One of my favorite places. I'm hoping Leslie Linda's going to be here for this one. Ocean Shores, Washington Expo, and for all of my friends living up there at an outrageous altitude, Durango. I love that. I love saying that. Durango. That's Colorado, right?
Yes, it is.
Durango.
Fabulous
I
people.
love that. Wow. All right, let's go to the phones if we could. Who do we have, Mr. B?
It'll be Susie from Seattle.
Susie from Seattle.
Hi, how are you?
Fabulous. Hey, how can we help you?
Yeah, hi, Leslie. And hi, Dr. Pat. Thank you so much. I have a question. I just had shoulder surgery, and I'm just having a lot of pain right now, and I'm just wondering if you had any tips.
Wow. Well, a little off of what we're talking about here, but, when did you have the surgery and was it repair?
2 weeks ago today, and it was an AC joint resection.
Ah, okay. I am not getting much other than go through it, so I unfortunately don't have any feedback for this. Are you asking about physical healing, or are you asking about impatience? What are you asking about?
Yeah, I feel something
more
like
about
that.
raising my vibration and working with energy to create more balance in my body. And
all righty. So I'm sure that if you're asking this question that you have done some energy work before, so let's just talk a second about that. There's a lot of modalities that people use and call them by all different names, and it really doesn't matter what you call it. But if you are bringing in and downloading a higher vibration, a lot of times I like to bring in white light. I like to bring in some, violet flame energy. I like to bring in pearlescent gold light and allow yourself to fully ground in the earth, and then just bring this down through your crown into your physical system. I like to bring in the medical program assistance team, and that's something that, I can talk to you about offline, going through all your meridians, and you have to really sit with this and allow it to shift through, because I'm getting a lot in your power center and your heart space right now, but there's going to be a sitting with it and allowing it to move through your shoulder, and really focusing that light in that place. I know you've done this. I know you've been it. And the other thing is that you can call it forward almost from the future, calling it forward from, your cellular memory from the past, and also calling it forward into your shoulder healing. So that's what I would offer you on the physical side, but there's so much that you could learn. One thing I find, if people haven't done a lot of energy work, it takes a bit to get familiar with it and to really use it, to channel it into your body. And you can also blend it with, some of the healing archangels and bring that into your physical system. Okay?
Oh,
wow, you've gotten quite an assignment here.
I love it. I have time, so I can do this.
I know, you do. So anyway, and if you want to talk again another time, we can do that, and I can kind of help you with some of the work.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Believe me, I know that shoulder surgery stuff. I've been through it myself. You're going to want to call Leslie, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Leslie, today's show, and let's just let's go back to this thing that I love that we started with. And we started with this idea of a portal, right? And talking about a portal and talking about abundance. It's fascinating when we think about the shoulder in a lot of ways, having, myself, someone like me. The shoulder is a portal for a lot of things that occur in life. And when I lost the use of my shoulder, I felt completely helpless. That helpless feeling. That's what happens sometimes, doesn't it, as well? When we're looking at action and we're terrified of it, or we're in shame. I mean, it's almost as if we stop dead in our tracks.
That's true. And I guess, the spin that I would put on this is that when we experience a place of weakness or victimhood or helplessness or powerlessness, it's this opportunity that we have asked for. We have asked to learn something new, and it's surfaced an old lesson, an old belief that we have in our field that we learned very young, whether it's, put your shoulder to it, muscle your way through it, white knuckle your way through it, push your way through it. You're not, applying enough grease to this issue. You're not pushing hard enough. So a lot of times, if we really want to get truthful and honest about what's showing up for us, and evaluate the outside performance of things, we'll find a lot of judgment. We'll find a lot of beliefs about ourselves. And it's this moment where we go, wow, do I want to shift out of this? Do I want to heal this? Do I want to bring in this new belief that I can manifest without, any effort in the moment with forcing my energy? A lot of people in the energy of this world are about pushing and forcing and shoving. So there's another group of people where, you might call it where people feel depressed, or they feel like they can't make things happen, or they're not muscling their way through, and they manifest very differently. So they feel almost like, outside of that whole aggressive energy, and like, okay, I obviously can't be successful because I'm not like them, and this is this moment where we get to know ourselves and go, all right, am I ready to experience a new way of manifesting and bringing this energy in? But it's new. So when we get this message of the old belief, there is a new one waiting. And do we want to bring that in? But it's different. It's different.
Oh, wow. Leslie, two things that I would like to talk about when we come back, if we could. And that is how to bring in the support. And you've mentioned it several times now with folks calling in, how to bring in support, because I think the term you used earlier is we white knuckle it. That means we're not even aware that there is a higher self, or there is an archangel, or there is an energy that we can call upon to get some help. We don't know that. When we come back, I would love for you to share how somebody might do that and why that's so important. It's almost like the sooner, the better. And then lastly, what about the greatness that I could be? I'm getting a hot flash thinking about that. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back with the show.
In retirement, will you have enough money to live life on your terms? Everyone has retirement questions, so ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the new Confident Retirement Approach. You and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get the real answers you need. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor, today at 425-453-0272. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800, Bellevue, Washington, 98004. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, this is Leslie Fonteyne. Many of us have patterns that have been long held in our field. We attract the same energies, take the same jobs, go to the same toolkits of experience and survival. That is a lot of what patterns are about: security, safety, and survival. Even if they don't work, at least we understand them. But destiny, even the word sounds boundless. It comes from your soul essence, a completely different place. When we listen to the guidance coming to us, that is where it is taking us. Let's go. Are you ready to shift into your best life? Visit lesliefontaine.com and let's talk about unfolding all that you want to be, do, and have. You'll find sessions, audio products, classes to help remove the blocks and move you into your potential. And listen to my show, Sheer Alchemy, on Transformation Talk Radio, Wednesdays at 10 Pacific and 1 Eastern.
Hi, I'm Tim Darter.
And I'm Steve Kramer.
Join us on Spirit Fire Radio. Discover how to add the mechanics of meditation to your day.
And watch yourself connect in a whole new way. Find the amazing moments in life's routines that often pass us by. Add to your awareness with Spirit Fire Radio.
Tune in each Wednesday at 9 a.m. for your weekly guide to practical mindfulness. And to learn more, visit www.spiritfireradio.com.
My play, The United States of China, is about the trial of Miriam Hopkins, who is a metaphor for all that America stands for. It's the year 2018. America has become the United States of China. We've owed China trillions of dollars we cannot pay. Consequently, we default.
How long do you think it will take this financial empire to crash and crumble? Just like that.
This is more than a play experience. It's a movement to create awareness and empower people to be in action. We are strong together. We will always prevail. Get your tickets today at americathestrong.com. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. And for those of you out there, I absolutely want to let you know the best way to find out more about Leslie. Really easy to do. You can either go ahead and Google Sheer Alchemy, or you can go right to Leslie's website, which is lesliefontaine.com. And she is going to be on the 23rd of July at the Seattle Metaphysical Expo, and then August 13th through the 14th at Ocean Shores. Great time to be down Ocean Shores. That's Ocean Shores, Washington. And for all of our Colorado friends, right, September 11th through 12th, Durango, Colorado at the whole expo. And there are other places that Leslie plans to go, and she shows up, and then we let everybody know about that. Thank you for a fabulous topic today. And before the break, and during the break, I was kind of saying, sometimes, at least for me, I'm so used to doing things by myself, and I'm attempting to learn how to call on, that spiritual energy, my higher self, the higher guidance, sooner rather than later. Yes. It's almost as if we think that we have to just slug it out first before asking for guidance. Give us a little insight about that. And then how do we actually hear that guidance?
Well, it's by invitation. We can invite in the light beings and the ascended masters and the archangels in the moment. We don't have to see them first. We don't have to feel them first. We don't have to think we can or can't. We can bring them into the mix. And I have asked people to do this just to test with me when they go into work and maybe a very challenging situation. And I ask them to put on some protection and bring in the masters. And when they don't and when they do, it's a radical difference. So the point being here is that sometimes we've put a lot on people who can see all these beings or, be clairvoyant and also clairaudient. You will find that as you invite in the masters that align with you, right? Those that are aligning with the attributes that you are operating in, you will start to feel a magnificent shift in energy. But remember that the key piece right now is not just your functional self, it's your energetic self. So if you've been dealing with heavy energies in your field, or you've been dealing with heavy belief systems that are affecting your emotions, these beings come in, show up with you, and start to help you release it. And you ask yourself, am I ready to let go of this persona, this belief system, this thing that I've held on to as part of my identity? Am I ready to change it? It's like, let's upgrade the DNA. Let's shift the Akashic records. Let's go higher. Let's do more. And then it's less about your success failure mechanism in this world. And you start to realize that you have help everywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I am always amazed what happens when a light bulb goes on. And now I am having a moment where I have a level of awareness that, the moment before is absolutely, Leslie, clueless. Clueless in
Right.
Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's a fun thing to do as well. Like, having a problem to solve, not sure what it is. And is it even a problem? We talked about a challenge of, attracting certain kinds of things, whether it's people that won't pay us or it's, situations where we keep attracting people that resist the light. And the parts of us that are questioning who we are in this world and how did we show up like this? This just isn't right. Why is this world so hard? So, when we have these moments, bringing in these light beings, bringing in these higher energies allows us to have another perspective and to shift. And that's really where abundance comes from. It doesn't come just from muscling it through. And maybe you made a lot of money before doing it that way. But now you have the ability to draw in clients from another place energetically. Now you have the ability to draw in financial support that comes from multiple sources and not just the one that you thought it should always come from. I know a lot of people waiting for their inheritance as if that's the only source of money that's going to come and rescue them, or waiting for the lottery. What if we expand beyond that and we allow ourselves to see? But the thing is, what happens is the ideas get dropped into our spirit, and it's what we do next, which is, what we were going to talk about in this show is what do we do next with this idea? The very next moment often is fear, it's rationalization, it's explaining why we can't do it. It's explaining our circumstances because we're afraid to go through that portal that has a whole different set of rules for how we operate. Does it mean you become an alien the next day? No, it doesn't. It just means that you're stepping into a much higher mind, and you now are allowing your energy to draw better things to you, and you're seeing new ways to solve a problem. We've all had this experience. If we're listening to this show, we've had these inspired thoughts get dropped in. It's what we do in the next moment. Do we shut it down, explain why it can't happen? Then it's not Source's fault, right? That's not the problem. The problem is that in that moment we had a choice. Do we want to heal? Do we want to shift? And we may have made a different decision, but the good news, it comes back around.
It comes back around, and it comes back around for us. And there's a benefit of not staying stuck in the moment of what didn't happen.
Exactly. But it comes back around to give us another chance. And that's the thing about no judgment. It's like we want to beat ourselves up and go, there I go again. I didn't do it. I didn't step into it. I didn't make the phone call. I didn't step into the job offer. Whatever it is, I didn't make the hard call. It's okay. You did all you could, but you did shift the needle some, right? We all know that feeling. And it's like, well, maybe you can't tell, but I saw that I really did move the needle. I really did shift. So the next time you're going to do better.
I love it. What a great show, Leslie. It is so great to talk about what it is in the world that could be possible for us, when we have an experience and ideas and can get some direction. Things do happen. What a great show. And also, how can folks know and reach you to schedule time with you? Because what we're doing on air today with people, there's just really short little segments with folks, right? Your work is much broader than that.
Yeah, typically I'm working about 75 to 90 minutes in a session with people. So we haven't even touched what I really do on this show. We've been talking, and I know a lot of you can feel the vibration of the energy, and especially, Alexa and how gracious she was to share her energy today. So when I'm working with people, you can go to my website, Leslie@lesliefontaine.com is my email, or 678-665-3366. And look me up at Sheer Alchemy. You'll find my website that way, and we can talk about working together. A lot of you are on a massive shift right now. You're moving through a lot of energies. It can be overwhelming, and I want to help you with that.
Oh, my gosh. One last thing. Personal message, Leslie. What would you like to leave us with today?
There are a lot of people doing amazing work holding the light in this world right now, and not a lot of people are out there to tell them how great they're doing. So let me be the one to tell you that you are doing an amazing job holding the energy. And if you're emotional, and if you're struggling, and if people aren't understanding you right now, just understand that you are doing great. You are in perfection, and we want to shift you into the next place, just make it a little easier for you. But we truly appreciate the healing light that you carry.
I love it. Leslie Fonteyne, everybody. I'm Dr. Pat. I'm going to take a short break right here in a hot second and be right back with you. Thank you, Benny, pushing all the right buttons. Thank you all for tuning us in. Thank you for calling into the show and sharing and shining your light. We'll be right back.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.